Hello and welcome. My name is Trismegistus, and this is the third episode of my Let's Play of Factorio Space Age. I get the name right in one of these intros. Last time we were building our initial array of smelting and production in order to build a mole/very early science build. I'm going to continue on with that. I'll almost certainly edit it out and show you the results because it's pretty much just some guy putting in belts and smelters and inserters basically. So yeah, we will pick up when that is done. Okay, so I haven't fully completed it. I kind of misspoke earlier on. In that, I don't want to fill it out anyway because there's kind of no point building it all in when we don't have the demand, etc., etc. So instead, I've set up the starting of a sort of pathway to help me run around and build some green circuit builds. We need to hook everything up, obviously, and we need to get everything all together, so we'll do that now. I'm thinking that I'll kind of join everything together here. We do need to be careful, I need to be careful I don't forget about those worms, but yeah, we will not do the double belting and all that stuff until further down. I do need to think what order I want things in. So what do I want to connect to what? So if we maybe put green circuits and steel together, we definitely have these two together, the stone and brick. We'll kind of make this a half belt at some point, so we could put something else on it, maybe plastic or something eventually, because obviously stone would be, coal would be useful for plastic. So yeah, if we take this way, so maybe if I do hop the green circuits over. Yeah, so I'm going to combine these later on just so that I've got a bit of breathing room if it turns out I've messed something up. So that's why I'm doing full belts at the moment. They will not be that later on. So that would be the green circuits coming out. Cool. And then leave a really standard 2 gap. And this is maybe a bit of steel coming over. Oh, I also put in little boxes just so that I can grab some stuff a little bit more easily. Could do with a little bit of extra wood actually, so. I'll chop them back, but then I'll bring out of these. It's obviously still chugging away on the whatchamacallit research. The damage stuff. Quite useful to just have them ticking away so that we're ready. When we get there. Okay, so this one needs to be copper coming in. I'm going to need a lot more undergrounds. So which is which? That's copper. We'll split the copper off. And then going to the same again. Oops, yeah, no. I think maybe if I've path here, remind myself where the thing is. Where are those wormy boys? They're over there. Okay. I imagine they're not very happy with me doing all this. Okay. It's connecting, doesn't it? Why is there nothing there? Because those aren't connected. Cool. Awesome. Now let's see about sticking things together. So we want this to be a half belt. So I guess what's an easy way of doing that? Maybe we just do something. Well, let's use my. No, we want to filter, don't we? Okay. I've forgotten how to do my thing. Like that. So that will not. So that then is half a belt of coal. And then we want to combine these two together. And we want to combine those two together. So probably if we maybe do that. Have them be there. And we also want to combine these together. It'll be a bit messy this part, but you know, whatever. Okay, half and half of them. And then, so we want to stick them together. We kind of don't have any room. How about I pull that back a bit? Give myself some room. And then we can do a similar arrangement here. Oops. In fact, actually, do I want 2 on one side and 2 on the other? I think I do. Like that. And then pull that back. Where would it need to be? So the idea... Oh, I haven't got any. Let's build some of them. The idea is going to be I'm going to do my standard building. I think actually then this all needs tidying up a bit. Because that gives me an extra... You know, it's nice to be able to do in 3 and 3. So essentially, I say it's going to be the pipes, I think, and gears. In case I want to do... You know, I do want to put them on a bus. You know, on the... That's, bus is a very spectacular word for what we've got here, but I probably want to maybe just... Well, actually, let's do it there. But it's going to be, say, my standard sort of arrangement of... Like that. With things going into chesticles like that. And having, in fact, maybe do it that way. Inserters going in like that, you see. We'll restrict them to like that. And we've got lights on them. And then that way I can fairly easily access everything. But that therefore means that that needs to be there. And that needs to be moved up, doesn't it? So that's actually there. Cool! And then I need to connect those. Oh, we are out of belt. Okay. Where do we want to bring the power? Make most sense, I think, to bring the power along the walkway, maybe? Technical glitch there. Honestly, don't know what's wrong with this camera. Anyway. So, first thing, I guess, is a whole pipe arrangement malarkey. Do we have, what power have we got? Because I've added quite a bit of stuff. We are a little low. Okay. Let's just put in a safety power thing. Take that down there. Now, where did we get to? We got to... See, all biter free, lovely jubbly. Saying that, let's go and exterminate these wormy boys so that I don't forget and end up with... yeah. Not too tough in the end, but easier just to leave. And we're doing the nest as well. As effects. Cool. I think actually what I'm going to do first, am I? Going to say we might as well make wooden bits first, I think. And then that would be there. And then, so the box is in there. Because we're going to be using wooden power poles for a little while yet, I think. Might empty that out. That. I was going to copy and paste that and then forgot. It's easy enough to build. So we then put wires here, like so. And then, no, wrong. We put another box here, don't we? That's right. And then wires, long-handed. And then that's wires. This is power poles. So, there we go. Huh. Why are you not doing the thing? Oh, because you don't have your ingredients. Well, there you go. You should have said something. Just what we can then do is put that there. And then make that lights. Yes. Put that one too far over. Not like I haven't done this a million billion times before. So, there say, lights. So it needs iron plate, and then. Nice box stack. Power poles. Cool. And a wood use. Okay, right. So next then, because maybe I could put sort of gears here. You know, and then if I want to sort of feed them in, it's super duper easy. And pipes could be next, because it's all iron stuff as well, you see, which is super convenient. Put like that, copy you. And then, no, don't even need to be that. One of them. And we're done. And then pipe arrangement here. We'll make this the undies. I think that'll end up being easier if we need want to add the mum. And then do the regular pipe. Go like that. Go like that. Like that. Boop. Double stack. Single stack. Single stack. Do. Marvellous. Marvellous and excellent fun. I'll make that first. Cool. How many do we end up with that? I guess we should maybe do furnaces and boilers and that, because we are rapidly going to increase our power demand. So if that's furnaces, well, I say spoilers are basically impossible to avoid in this, because it's literally, you know, the burnable fuel for. I say plenty. I mean, I will edit it to do my best to take them out, but they are basically everywhere. In fact, let's just leave it as one step like that. And then what else do you need? I needed pipes, not things. Okay. But that's okay, because we can then feed them into boilers. But yeah, it's like the burnable fuel for furnaces. It's just instantly. Oh right, well that's spoiled that then. Let me say I don't really know any way of avoiding them. Basically, I mean I've deliberately not. I've been avoiding Factoriopedia. I think I showed you it. I might not have done, because it's just, again, it's just like spoiler central basically. Factoriopedia is massively useful, but I kind of established, you know, when I was playing it through that the first time that it's virtually the same. This there are some tweaks, some tiny recipe changes, you know, making them cheaper in particular, but yeah, no, this is just, it's just vanilla basically. Just vanilla. Oh, there's nothing wrong with vanilla. Everyone likes vanilla. Yes, so it's not making any. Why is it not making any? Oh, because I put that thing on the wrong side. Because that thing gets that. You get them. It needs gear. Oops. Gears. Gears. Gears as well. So does that. That might get expensive. Bad order to put them in. But oh well. So we'll do. Let's just do two. Well, let's do. Yeah, okay. Next, then, how far up do we want to go? So I'm perfectly happy to take it all the way up there. It's just easy to build this in a gigantic straight line. Potentially do sort of science over here as well. Because these, the reason I've deliberately put these down the bottom here, because they're not really. They are. Because that's what I was going to put in there. I was going to put grenades in. No, it'll be fine. Because what I can do, you see, is I can basically put the belt making and the inserter making on this side here, and then literally just feed them up and have like science labs, maybe on this, you know, maybe down here, because they just need iron, gears, circuits, those types of things to make inserters, which is where I'm thinking maybe I should put, you know, just some of these on a belt, because they need it in such high quantities for inserters and etc. But not in a sort of problematic way, if that makes sense. You know, I could just feed the inserters and stuff. Yeah, let's do that then. So, what about assembly machines? They would need those things. Let's do them, you know, afterwards, as it were. So how do we want to do this time? I guess because that needs belts. The thing, one of the tips I would give on this is, and it's not at this stage, that was kind of a mistake I made in one of my sort of setup games, is basically make everything. And I mean, like, you know, you make everything needs to make everything. I know that sounds like a very strange way of putting it, but or an obvious way of putting it, but you're kind of going to be doing stuff remotely a lot. So being able to just make everything everywhere, or not make everything everywhere, having a planet like Nalvis that has really easy resource access, you know, to the basics, an enemy that you're probably used to fighting or know how to cope with, you know, that is going to make your rockets, that is going to make your platforms, you know, certainly for your first playthrough. Having that able to make pumps and labs and all that sort of stuff is just imperative. Not even if you, not from a point of view of that you will send them off planet, you know, you might well do, but not really from that point of view. Just simply from the point of view, if you get an incursion, you know, the biters come in and break through your wall and, you know, come and chew on your, you know, the boilers and eat your water pumps and stuff like that. You've then got to build the things in order to make those things, if you see what I mean. Unless you've already got them. If you've already got them there, then your bots can just replace them, basically. And that'd be the other tip I would give, is that, you know, the kind of things that a lot of people do anyway, but I didn't used to just automatically do them. But it's like if you're making everything, and that your entire base is covered in bots, essentially, you know, that you have bot coverage everywhere, then that would kind of stand you in good stead, basically. You know, that would be a good thing to have, I would suggest. So, how do I actually want to do this? Because I kind of want to set it up in such a way, I think, that I can add red belts to it, because red belts are just more gears, essentially. That's basically what they boil down to. We have that being able to do, you know, capture those, I think, is a good way to approach this. But we also want to do labs, you see. So I'm thinking maybe we do that. So they're making those, and then we can have a separate one. So this does labs. Maybe that makes labs. Yeah, that one makes labs. Because, you know, I would never set up labs now, basically. That's kind of what I'm getting at. As a automated thing. Maybe at the very, very beginning, just to save me having to hand build a load. But, oh, I don't want to do that, do I? I want to move that over. And do I want that? Yeah. So, you know, I wouldn't normally plan to have labs, you know, kind of running, you know, forever. But you just can't really, you know. So that will be red belts, basically, is the point. But yeah, you can't really legislate for what will happen, and particularly it's very easy to get distracted and just working away on what you're working on, and you know, it's just an alert that tells you everything's fallen apart back on Nalvis, because, you know, you've got to remember to do kind of enough supply of everything, and so that's a particularly easy thing to do. Those of you who are circuit whizzes and love, you know, setting up, you know, full-on control systems and monitoring and all that sort of stuff, I think you'll have a field day, because it really is a very important thing to be monitoring everything. Okay, so that'll be for later on, for a red belt one, so that we can do a little bit of red belting as we need it. Probably just mainly for the, you know, main resources. But we want that. We want that. You need stuff as well. What do you need? You need iron plate. Good for you. Now, how many have we got? See, we've already got 50. How many of these have we got? 20 of them. Let's go and do some filling out then. I'll probably skip that, I imagine. 10. So, we've got pipe, we've got power poles. We've got inserters, yeah, we've got enough. Yeah, so I'll go and just fill this out. Okay, so how are we doing? We have some, but I have not got. Oh, I didn't give it iron plate. Cool. Gets us about. Starting to get some undies. That's not made anything because I didn't give it access to green circuits. Excellent. What about there? That's obviously for reds. Now, what we can also do then is think about this in terms of, you know, getting some, some of that moved down for green science, basically. So we seem to have completely run out of iron plate, which is not surprising, given I've somehow managed to sustain this based on essentially no production whatsoever. I guess the other thing, does it really? I mean, it was useful for doing full, getting it kick-started. We don't really need double production there. This is where I start to wonder about this decision not to belt, gears and pipes, because certainly at this stage we could really do with them. We can make manufacturing machines, I guess, in this sort of area. Again, we'll set this up that it can make the blue ones in this one. Because I think they require steel, and that's basically, in fact, the difference is steel and more gears. So, actually, if we're putting this here to take advantage of gears, then I need to move it over. And we need to have an extra one there that can do gears, and we will take advantage of that by having miners on the other side. So, I didn't, yeah, that was dumb. Because actually that doesn't need to be moved on over, even though I did that. Again, that can be there. That can be there. So that's miners. That's gears. That'll be level 2s. Eventually. Nope. If you hear random animal noises, and you haven't seen that Friday Facts, basically they added a kind of a set of ambient sounds essentially to the game, so that when you hear a forest, it makes like noises as if birds and stuff are there. It's fine. I'm saying that on I can't remember which one it was. I think it was my more considered opinions video, that one. But I wasn't really enjoying the menu sounds, the new menu noises they put in, where it gives you like sort of noises that are meant to be kind of based on the things that you're interacting with. So, the example I gave was Roboports, where it lets you. So when you pick up a Roboport in your inventory, it makes the Roboport opening noise. You know, the noise it makes when a robot goes in a Roboport. Which, I mean, I'll be totally fair to them. I don't know what noise I would have picked otherwise, but it all gets a bit confusing because if you stood near some Roboports and you're like in your inventory messing about with Roboports, and it's making Roboport noises because you're clicking on it and the bots are going in and out, and it all gets a bit, for me, overloading. It's a bit sort of like there's all this noise going on and it's all a bit random and it's all very specific noises. The one I really don't like, if I'm honest, I don't know that I said this in the video, is the circuit network one, because whenever I'm messing about with circuit networks, I'm sure other people's mileage will vary, but whenever I'm messing about with circuit networks, I'm constantly going in and out of them. I'm constantly selecting them and looking at them and changing things and selecting another one and all that sort of stuff. And therefore, it's just because it makes this like zzz, like electric noise, and it's just like unbelievably overloading. It's just like constant random sound effects. I mean, they're not random, but you know what I mean. It's like noise, not, you know, a sound effect, sound effect, sound effect, sound effect, sound effect, sound effect, and it's just, I had to actually turn the, you know, when I was, so in those blueprints I probably showed yesterday, or in yesterday's, so in those ones I showed in the for the rail blueprints, I've got circuit networks in those. They have, you know, they have the ability to control what they're doing, essentially. You know, to set the number of trains that can be loaded, and you know, set the demand for trains and things like that. So they have certain, and setting those up was just an absolute nightmare, because I had to turn the sound down, you know, because it was just constantly as I was clicking. And I say that's a lot to do with me and how I mess about with things, and I'll check things and look at them and think about it, and check things and look at them and think about it. But yeah, I hated that. Sorry to say, I think that in particular is a very aggressive noise, and things like the robot. I don't mind that noise as a noise, but it's really confusing hearing it loads and loads and loads over and over again. It's like, what is going on? So yeah, I'm not a big fan of that, if I'm totally honest. It's a bit of a miss for me. But I mean, saying that, you know, there's a lot of the sounds. They've done a lot with sound, and like that with the animals in the forests. I quite like that. That quite works, you know. That's sort of a nice addition, I think. Right, let's see how many extra miners we've made in this time. Another 90. Okay, so we might be able to max out, because that gives us 30. Might be able to max out the amount of iron coming in. I didn't pick up inserters. Hang on. I might double this up, be a bit cheeky. That's okay, because it's... I don't want to double them up. At this stage, probably not, no. Let's grab them. Yeah, we've made another one. Cool. How many of... Ooh, look. Got a full stack of assembly machines. We are happy. I bet we probably got enough here as well. Yeah, okay. So get a bunch more of them on. Just like that. That's not bad noise. That's quite a jolly little, you know, steam engine, you know, type noise, you know, like that. So I say it's not all of them. It's just some of them are just don't like that. I'm hoping on some. I think I said this in that video that I'll kind of get used to them. But no, not so far. How are we doing on pollution? We're still not angering any biters. Can't see any evidence of incursion. Looks like pollution absorption is all to do with trees. I mean, I'm not expecting any attacks, but it's worth keeping an eye on it. Okay, let's have a look. See, do we want to finish off? Let's finish. Oh, crikey! Let's finish off steel first, I think. Because what we really need is more demand for iron. That's the perfect way to solve our iron problem, is to add on additional iron demand. I learned that in math school. Okay. Or engineering school, I should say. Oh, this is the new indicator thing in the Go. I still can't work out. I chopped it out of the video. I can't work out how you get the indicator on. There doesn't seem to be a button here. It said there was a button. In fact, I should leave it on to show it on the map. I don't know where it is. Because, you know, there's nothing in there. So if you're playing, if you know, playing this and you've got access to Space Age, let me know where the heck that button is that Raycarve mentioned about showing it on the map for you. It doesn't seem to be a debug thing, either. I mean, it's clearly a me being stupid thing. So we need 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Okay. 24 will give us a double stack, but we need more miners probably to support actually, you know, power generation at that level. I'm quite determined to finish this off before I finish off this episode, so... Cool. Okay. So we have double stacker boilers in. We have a couple of dozen miners to put in. If I can not flub the placement. I think I might just put a proper lane balance on this as well. Which would be if it's there. Okay, just to make sure that that's a full thing on both sides. We have run out of stuff there. But yeah, that should give us, yeah, good amount of headroom. Except that I didn't put the pump in, did I? I didn't have a pump, so I left a ghost, and I need to replace the ghost. Right. That's that. Now we just need to finish this off, and we'll call that an episode. I think we're well set up then to kind of crack on with the whole mall build. I'll actually start with the science build, you know, sort of scaled up science build next time. If there are some weird random cuts in this, I'm just going to say it. Oh, my camera, it's set on like do not turn off, right? Because I'm trying to use the HDMI thing, you know, rather than, because what you've seen of me so far has been via the USB connection, so it's 720p maximum. So I'm trying to use the HDMI connector, but even though it's set to do not turn off, every sort of, wow, it's, I thought it was every half an hour, but it's proven it to be not that. It like does a turn off and turn on again, like itself, completely automated. I mean, it could be like it's overheating or something like that, but I don't see why it would turn off and then turn back on again. But occasionally, it won't actually turn back on again. You know, just say turned off, and then I have to go and mess about with it. So, if there are random drops in this. Or if any... Oh, I don't actually have furnaces. Then that'll be there. And as with the... in fact, let's go and get some furnaces. It's only just over here. If anyone knows what that might be, it's like a Canon 250D. Not like a Canon 250D, it's a Canon 250D. Let me know, because that is set on. It's also, you know, I've had to manually do the focus and everything because it shows weird. Well, not weird. They're autofocused, you know, plotters. It's because what it's actually showing, I'm pretty sure, in the HDMI output is actually what it shows on the screen. So it's literally like taking a screen output. So it's not like it's what would be. Obviously, being a DSLR, it's the same. Which I kind of understand why I've done it. But it means it doesn't get rid of all of the bits and pieces for autofocusing. Because it has the this is what I'm focusing on like display, and so it shows that on the actual. Oh, I'm one short on the actual thing. So this is all very strange. Okay, so that's it for today. We have completely set up our very first smelting array. It will, in theory, do sorters right the way through. You know, it can be upgraded with steel furnaces and blah 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 blah, and you know, electric furnaces and all that stuff. It goes right the way through there. One of the reasons for doing this as well. So I'm hoping that the bus will kind of fit in this. So you've got some cliffs here, but they're not too bad, those ones. It's a lot of tree clearance, but you know, somewhere here we could probably do something resembling a main bus, and what we can probably do is start delivering resources like here or something, and then have, you know, the smelting for the bus be here. The idea with the bus is it's really focused on proper science, you know, so it's a secondary thing. But then we can therefore have a whole load of trains dropping off here, possibly using that coal as the initial. In fact, I might put some tags on just so that I don't forget that. So trains pulling up here, because they can then also feed into this, so we can keep both the mole going and this going. We will obviously end up deleting these when we replace them with proper science, because no point having the power drain if we don't need to. We can actually do things like solar panels and stuff like that, but then bus here, sort of along that way. Oh, what I can also show you, this is how the new tags. One of the great things with it is you can just queue, you know, do a picker and just do that, and then to move them is clunky. I don't know if there is a. Oh, I just popped up Factorio PV. Hopefully that's not ruined too much, but it really does just show you everything. I don't know if there's a. Oh, shift. Okay, I didn't know that. I've just discovered that. So if you hold down shift, it will let you move it directly, because there is actually a button. So here is to move the tag, but if you just hold down shift, it'll do that for you. In fact, it picks it up then. Oh, see. So that's like a. So this anyway. This would be bus smelting. Potentially, if I can't put all of the trains here, can't move the material over, because of course these will rapidly disappear, and so they won't be there. So we can just put the belts across. But if I can't, then we've also got stuff there anyway that we could just belt over. So yes, so I say that is the plan. I think I might put a mole tag there, because everyone calls it a mole, but it's a production hub. And then we'll just call this first science here to enable us to do a bit of a bot rush. One of the other advantages of keeping it all together like this is it reduces the amount of Roboport coverage that we need to put in. I think one of the mistakes I've been making, because my playthroughs have hit a point where I've just decided to wall myself in, and I think that might be a bit of a mistake, and just to do more point defense stuff and focus more instead of, because what I've been doing is putting Roboports out to the defences, out to the walls, and so it takes ages, because it's huge improvement, that as a whole system, a whole way of doing things. But it takes time, because the bots have got to fly out, and they're obviously quite slow, because I haven't really done that many speed research. They've got to fly out, put it down, then they can put the next one down. They've got to fly all the way there. So I think having walls that are far away are possibly not an advantage. But the other reason I picked this, and you can already see it starting to emerge, is that, oil is a bit more difficult, but you can already see starting to emerge that we've got some pretty close patches, and I probably don't even need to set up a train system to really take advantage of those. I almost certainly will, just so that we've got something on the go. But yeah, I probably can get away with that. Oil is different. I don't think oil is anywhere close. We're going to have to find that. So that'll be our first train, I would suspect. But yeah, we can then also maybe pull up some of this and perhaps use it for oil processing. Maybe we could do a local thing. I can't remember if uranium is that close. Uranium, I had a few questions. I think I mentioned this before. I might well have already covered this. But I had a few questions about, is uranium super plentiful? There are reasons you want more uranium. It is. It's pretty plentiful. It seems like it is less to me, but I never really cared about there being lots of uranium. I know it does bother some people for some reason, but there are lots. Well, not lots. Lots is an exaggeration, but there are quite a few uses for uranium in this that mean that you probably do want more of it. I've been trying to not say that. It's a tricky one not to say, but yeah, there is more use for uranium and quite important stuff that you do really want. So having plenty of uranium is not a bad thing in this.